So this tip down is a old music stand, actually. The old style music stands, not the ones you see today. The man who I got these from, he fashioned this piece of wood onto the music stand. Nice part about music stands, as you know, is you can extend them as high up, as low as you want. And this piece of wood right here, the rod just rests on this piece of wood. Today what we're doing is heading out to a backwoods lake that very few people ever fish. It's really exciting for me because this is a lake I normally kayak to, so lightweight is key. Being out here all alone, there's nothing better than living a simple life in God's country with people you love and doing things you love to do on your free time. A little tip here, always bring a boat cushion if you can. It's going to save your knees and keep you from feeling that cold ice underneath you. Got lots of tiny branches like this that we're going to use to get going. Always want to keep your tinder next to you like this. That's why I've got my sled here. That fire starts going down. You need to feed that pretty quick. So I'll get a good base going here. This wood is really dry. It's been dead for, who knows, this could be 20 or 30 years old, some of this wood here. Really tiny twigs, you know, you don't want anything big for this. Birch bark, you want to set that in the middle and then start feeding it once that gets going. So have your tinder ready over here. Kind of let it spread out a little bit. It's pretty narrow right now. I want a good base. And then we're going to cook up some metwurst. Now metwurst is a special type of sausage. I don't know the history, so I'm not going to pretend like I do. I think I used to. But there's a spot in town where I go to where I have my deer processed. And it is absolutely amazing stuff. Now I heard from many people, much older than me and more experienced with going to different places to have their venison processed, that this is the best place they've ever had when it comes to metwurst. I don't know if it's like half pork or half beef in this one. You know, they mix it when you get venison done. The cool thing about it is that you can eat it cold, slice it up, crackers, bread, whatever, eat it by itself, kind of like summer sausage almost. Or what I like to do is fry it up. And in this case, I'm just gonna fry it over an open flame on the fire. I think that tastes really good. I brought my ultralight Stanley backpacking water boiler that I use when I go backpacking. You know, you got to cut that off, obviously, not eat it. And then what we do is we cut these into rounds. And once you have a size that's about bite size, you're going to find that you're going to really want to have a pointy, sharp stick. And you're going to want to take all the bark off. Otherwise, you're going to be eating bark and metwurst as you're cooking this. So that's the idea. And I'm pretty minimalistic, so I'm not going to have a cutting board or anything like that. Basically, just go from there. You're going to stick this on. And you're going to go up to the part where there's bark and stop. You've got two pieces like this on there. All you have to do is set it on the coals. Normally I would, you know, just bring a water filter or boil the water from the lake. But these backwoods lakes have so much tannin from the trees. It wouldn't hurt you, but I don't feel like drinking brown water, to tell you the truth. So I just bring mine from home. Quart container. You don't need a lot. It's just enough to cover the majority inside of this cup. I don't know what this is, if it's 8 ounces or 10, I'm not sure. You also want to make sure that that piece of plastic is facing up so you can take the top off. Otherwise, there's no way you can touch this unless you have oven mitts or something. Give it a minute here, and it should get going, and it should get that water to a proper boil so that we can put it and make it with tea. Now, this is a good skill to know even if you're not making tea, you just want to drink water from a lake and you're not sure if it's safe to drink, have one of these, have a fire or a little stove. Boy, that can get you out of a lot of trouble in case you need some water. Put this over here. I've got a little mini table set up. This is my my camera woman and my my fancy tripod stand with duct tape on a minnow bucket. How do you like that? Anybody can be a YouTuber. You don't need to buy fancy stuff. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter. Tip down. Tip down. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's a nice one. Real nice. That's what we came after right there. Beauty. See how dark they are in these lakes? That minnow is way back in there. Way back in the fish's mouth. So, beautiful fish. Tip downs, cooking over a fire, lake all to myself. Brought the pooch today. This is why we're here. Yep, got him real deep back in the gill. That's okay because we're taking this one home anyway, so beautiful. Thank you so much for sticking with me on this little adventure that we took. My channel is going to make a big change in the next couple weeks, so stick around for that. I'm really looking forward to the change that my channel is making. It's going to be a bit of a twist, but I think it's going to be for the better. Stay tuned for another episode coming up. See ya.